Welcome back, everybody, to the A.J.I podcast, episode 29. If you're not already following, please do, and share this with all of your friends, your families, your brothers, your sisters, your moms, your dads, your aunts, your uncles, and your dogs, cats, owners. And let's get right into the episode. Welcome back, everybody. I'm here today, as always, with my wonderful, beautiful wifey. Say hello, wifey.
Hello.
I apparently finished my 75 days. So,
Yay! That's exciting.
So why I say apparently is because, so yesterday when I submitted, my last workout or whatever, it asked me to submit my last photos and do a video or whatever. But on the app, it still said that I had 2 days left or something like that. So, I don't know why yeah.
So when are you going to eat your first good meal?
My first cheat day.
Yeah.
So, I'm not just going to be going back to regular habits, of course, okay? Today I am taking a rest day. I am now going to be taking some rest days instead of going to the gym 7 days a week. So we ain't doing the 75 hard or 75 medium. We just going to be doing
Keeping good
the
habits.
healthy lifestyle.
Keeping good habits.
Lifestyle. I got under 210 by the end of this 75 days, and I came from 257, 260 around that weight. So that is pretty freaking crazy down. In 3 months. About 50 pounds in 3 months. Is that 75 days? 2.5 months? 2.5, 3 months, something like that.
Yeah.
And apparently that's not very healthy. I mean, to an extent, okay? So, an average...
But you're not doing anything wrong, are you?
No. So, this is what I found out.
So, you did it the most healthy way you could possibly have done it.
Yeah. So, it was an extreme-ish weight loss, right? Because you're really only supposed to be losing about 1 pound to 2 pounds a week. And on average, I was losing about 0.6 pounds a day. So that was almost
almost a pound a day.
Yeah. In a way.
Yeah, not quite, but almost.
Yeah, so a little weird, but I was so I said, "Hey, little best friend, ChatGPT, tell me what's up." And it said, and I explained the whole thing, I was trying to get, or my daily calorie intake was around 1,400 to anywhere from 1,400 to 2,000 calories, and I was doing cardio every single day, getting my protein up to at least anywhere from 180 to 200 grams of protein every day, low carbs and whatnot, and it said, so basically, yeah, I was losing it in a healthy way, but just I guess still at I guess more of an extreme level of losing weight. Here, let me
and
see.
It kind of was, because you went from literally the day before eating poopy foods to changing it all.
Mm-hmm.
You really did. And I was even talking to Mariah. She's like, I'm surprised, the habits he changed so quickly didn't send his body into shock. What are you doing? It's not how we've been living. Is that even possible though?
What do you mean?
Can your body go into shock if you just do a dramatic change in food and everything?
I don't know.
I feel not because
sure.
but it would make sense at the same time. Anyways.
So it said losing 48 pounds in 75 days is a significant amount of weight. Whether it's considered healthy depends on a few key factors. 48 pounds over 75 days is equal to 0.64 pounds per day, or about 4.5 to 5 pounds per week. General medical guidelines recommend losing 1 to 2 pounds per week for suitable and healthy fat loss. Anything faster than that can increase the risk of muscle loss, nutrient deficiencies, gallstones, and other issues unless done under
Gallstones.
Gallstones? What is that?
Gallbladder.
And other health issues unless done under medical supervision, like clinical weight loss program.
Hold on, wait.
What's up?
What does it say about gallbladder stones? What?
It says increase the risk of muscle loss, nutrient deficiencies, and gallstones.
That's really scary. Gallstones can put you in severe pain, from what I've heard, and then you have to get your gallbladder removed.
Well, let's hope that's not the case.
Well, what do you mean? Is this what you're experiencing?
No. This is just saying the risks of losing losing weight really fast, basically. So
well, yeah, be really careful, because that one I've heard is not fun.
Yeah. It says number 2, how you're losing it. It might be okay if you're eating enough calories to support basic health, not starving yourself, which I wasn't.
No, not at all.
I was never going hungry.
Never.
If I was hungry, I would eat something and it would satisfy, and I would never be at the point of starving myself, You
never once felt that?
No.
Well, that's good. I mean, I believe you. I believe it because I watched you.
Yeah.
And anytime you said you were hungry, you were getting a protein bar or
it was
something healthier, but you still were making sure you were not hungry.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I would say, I guess the harder part was to eat more often. I think it was harder to eat more often, which I was supposed to be doing. Does that make any sense?
Eating more often, but you also are timing everything now. Because I just be eating whenever. You had timestamps of when you were eating of too.
Freak. Speaking of, I needed to take my protein shake before this. Well, so yeah. Okay. So basically, in order to for your body to absorb all the protein of 200 grams, you need to be spreading it out throughout the day. So it's not really best to just do breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's better to do first protein intake right in the wake up, 2 to 3 hours later, another thing of protein 2 to 3 hours later. So basically, you got breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner.
Yeah.
And that's
And the reason you spread your protein out is because even if you ate 1,000 grams of protein in one sitting, your body only intakes a part of it.
Mm-hmm. So back to where it says it might be okay if you're eating enough calories to support your basic health, not starving yourself. You're exercising regularly with a balance of strength training and cardio, which I was. I was doing cardio every day, and I was strength training
Yep. You only missed a few days, but that was out of consideration for others and not getting other people sick. So.
Yeah.
Know that you probably shouldn't be working out when you're sick, when your body's trying to heal and recover.
And then also says you're getting adequate protein, vitamins, and hydration, which I was. I was getting all of my amino acids through my protein shakes in the morning, getting all my protein in.
You take random vitamins all the time.
Just eating eggs, eating healthy, really. I was eating a good amount of greens. I would have pico a lot, which includes tomatoes, onions, cilantro. Yeah, that was one of my
I don't remember ever seeing you eat pico. I thought it was a hamburger, chicken, mustard, pickle.
That was for the last 2 weeks of this whole thing. The rest of the time when I was at work, I would make myself.
I do guess we don't really work together, and when we do, we're in opposite areas. So. But
what I would do, I'd do 2 chicken breasts. I'd put shredded lettuce. I would put pico, and green onions, and then put some dressing on that or buffalo sauce.
What dressing? Citrus balsamic vinegar.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say the shortened name.
CBV. So, and then it also says you're sleeping and managing stress well. I'd say I was sleeping pretty good.
We have terrible terrible sleeping habits. We really could fix that.
Yeah. It's less healthy if you're drastically under eating below 1,200 to 1,500 calories. You're using extreme fasting, diuretics, or other risky methods. I wasn't extreme fasting at all. Diuretics, like, make you poop more. I was not doing that. Other risky methods, didn't do that.
It also changed your poop schedule. You don't poop 7 times a day anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Your body's like, whoa, this is good, clean food.
Yeah. And then it says you feel constantly tired, dizzy, or mentally foggy. I wouldn't say that
tired would make sense,
I wasn't really feeling tired. Well, I guess tired because of the gym, like getting exhausted through the gym and whatnot.
And our week of work it's kind of chaotic. Like, you never know what kind of shift you're gonna walk into, and so I don't know. I mean, it wasn't due to that. I think it's that we go to bed late, we wake up super early, we go to work, and then you go to the gym, then you get home, and it's only a couple hours before you got to go back to bed. So I'm sure a whole day, poops you out.
And then it says constantly dizzy. Not constantly dizzy, but with the low carbs that I was doing, sometimes there'd be times when I'd like bend over and get back up really fast, and I'd be a little lightheaded. And then mental fogginess, I didn't have that. It says your starting point matters at 260 pounds. You're 260 pounds. Your body likely had higher daily calorie burn, so you can technically lose weight faster at the start without it being as dangerous as it would be for someone lighter. Still, that kind of drop is aggressive.
How much more you got going?
What?
So how much more you got going on?
I'm just gonna finish this last part.
Oh, I was gonna say, dang.
Yeah. That kind of weight loss is fast. While it might not automatically be unhealthy, it can be risky without proper nutrition and monitoring. If you feel good, have energy, are eating enough protein, and losing mostly fat, not muscle, you might be okay. But what?
I just found a nose ring.
What the heck? On our little futon?
No way. I remember we were podcasting and I rubbed my face one day and it flew out. And I was just like, when I lose a nose ring, like, I got so many more.
Yeah.
But it's a good one too. It's one of my square diamonds. I remember it flicking out of my nose one day too.
Favorite.
Look at that,
diamonds?
guys! I just found a nose ring on the couch. Do you have any more to say? About it?
Not too much, no.
Well,
No, yeah, I was averaging around like I don't know. It really fluctuated quite a bit. But I mean, I'd say my average calorie intake was very regular. Yeah, we're gonna need to go shopping soon to get some more food. Just period. I'm almost out of eggs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, bringing up my, just finding a nose ring in the futon. I had a little incident regarding a nose ring the other morning.
Oh, yeah.
And so
crazy stuff.
Anyways, before I get into this, I am very proud of you. You've done really good.
Thank you.
And you look really good.
Thanks.
I'm sure all the girls want you now. And before. Hello. You're just hot. Anyways, so my story is I went to bed. I always have a nose ring in my nose, but I'm a big I get anxiety all throughout the night, every single night. Always touching my nose, making sure it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Like at least 2 to 3 times a night, I'm always touching my nose. And if I don't feel it, see, I don't know why I panic. Like I don't understand why I panic, because if I don't feel it and it's gone, oh well,
Yeah.
you know. And so, but it's became a habit. Well, I check it, I think, because when I wake up to go to work and then I realize I don't have one in, then it hurts really bad when I get home to put it back in.
Yeah.
Because it's not been in my nose for probably, like, obviously more than 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, the other morning, we did have work the next day, or this morning that I woke up, and I felt my nose at some point of the night. No nose ring. And I was like, oh well.
Fell out. It's happened before.
Yeah, oh well. And it's like a reminder of like, just remember, you don't feel a nose ring, get one when you wake up before you go to work. And so that happens. I go back to sleep. And one thing I do in my sleep is when I turn, I grind my teeth for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like I clench my jaw all through the night. But like when I'm turning, my teeth grind.
Yeah.
And I had turned and grinded my teeth. But what woke me up is I heard something metal in my mouth.
Yeah.
And I was like, what on earth? So I opened my mouth very confused, getting like whatever this thing is in my mouth. And it's my nose ring. I literally grabbed it out of my mouth and I looked at it and I was like,
are you kidding me?
What? And then I put it down and went back to sleep. Like I put it on the nightstand, went back to sleep. I could have put it back in my nose, but that was just another risk of losing it again.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you mean? Like I literally woke up, felt my nose, and I was like, it's gone. Remember to get one when you wake up. And then go back to sleep, and then I wake up with it in my mouth. What do you mean?
Diabolical.
Like, I was flabbergasted when I pulled it out of my mouth. I was like, what? Huh? What? But, yeah, that's my fun story.
Sleeping just...
Yeah. I wonder how many times I grinded it.
Jeez.
I wonder how many times I had turned and grinded before I realized, hey... It's kind of a funky sound.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
What was that? You had another story that you wanted to share.
Oh, about. I have so many.
All right. Well,
do you have anything next? We can go back and forth.
Yeah.
If you have some.
Yeah,
too.
I got some. Okay, so this past couple weeks, I had two events at the gym. One of them, which, okay, I don't understand this even to this, or I haven't understood this for the longest time, and I still don't know. I still don't understand. Okay, but when men are at urinals, there are some men who completely drop their pants, their drawers to the floor when they're at a urinal, so you can see their butt, you can see their whole backside while they're at a urinal.
Doesn't that make you a little uncomfy? I mean...
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I mean, am I crazy? Or, like, don't you guys just, like, pull the front down?
Yeah. I feel like that's what most men do.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
To the ankles would make me feel, like, icky.
Yeah, but yeah, I walked into the men's bathroom, like, last week or something like that, and dude had... drawers and pants dropped down to the floor, and I was like, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And then just the other day, I walked into the bathroom finishing up my workout, and there was like a couple other people in there. There's like a old guy, the middle-aged guy, and then a little younger guy. And took off my shirt, I was looking in the mirror, look at my pump, whatever. And then all I hear is goosh, just a big old bang. And I was like, I look in the mirror and the old guy had passed out So
Oh,
sad.
did you help him?
Well, I was like,
Did you?
I was like, I was kind of shocked for a second, and I was like, what do I do? Because like there was the other people like right next to him, and he already started to check on him. So I was like, okay, like I was about to walk over there and like I guess help check on him,
I know
but I
you,
was like,
but
why
me,
would I did whatever. And then he was like, do you want to go get the front manager? I was like, yeah, I could do that. And so I
yeah.
walked to the front. I grabbed the one of the guys who work at the gym, and I was like, some a guy just passed out in the men's bathroom, and he was like, oh, he's like, is he okay? And I was like, or like, I
Well, I
can't
did
remember
not
exactly what he
know
said,
you would. That would have.
but
That's something I couldn't have saved for the podcast. I would have like came home because every story I have for today, like
yeah,
you already know them because they freaked me out. Well, not freaked me out. So
mm,
one of them did. It was really scary, and
but
then the other ones are like either
yeah,
you were there or I woke up with a freaking nose ring in my mouth and I was like, bruh.
yeah. But now, if you're in that situation alone,
Me?
like
Or are you talking to them?
both of us,
Both of
if
us.
like, okay, if either one of us were in that situation alone, there was no one else. Okay, it was just you and this
And
other person. The other person passes out. Like, what do you do? Like, what's the
first
first
of all, I
thing
would
that you
panic and want to
do?
throw up because now I'm scared. um, because anything that medically that happens to anybody that's not like around me, it scares me really bad. My heart will probably start racing. I think the first thing I would do is make sure they're
Breathing.
breathing and making sure they're on like safely on the floor. You know, like not all like flat.
Like Peter, Family Guy.
Yeah, like you know, like make sure their
Falling on the
bones are
ground.
fine, I guess,
Uh-huh.
and then go get the front person, and
Yeah.
then go home and probably cry on my way home because that was really scary for me, and I hope that person's okay.
Yeah.
That's how it would be for me. I would just make sure at least like
He wasn't. He didn't even land on his back either. I think he was laying down on his stomach when I turned back. So bro
You
must
didn't
have
see it happen
fell
in the
face
mirror?
first. No, I was checking out my musculos,
I
brother.
know, but you have peripheral vision,
I was standing right in front of where it happened, directly behind me.
or
So
maybe
my
I guess.
body was in the way.
Oh, well, maybe. Do you guys have a big mirror in yours? One
Yeah.
big mirror.
Yeah.
Is that the mirror you were looking in?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he was like directly behind me, so all I heard was the bang, and then I like moved to the side a little bit to like see what was going on because I didn't want to just like turn right around and be like, "What was that?" You know?
Oh, that's really scary though.
Yeah.
See, that's why I always told you like that's so weird how I can segue into my story from this one. But I have no idea what I was just about to say.
You're segueing
Into my story, but I was gonna say something about that.
It's so weird that something. I don't know.
Oh, no, I was gonna say that's why I told you like when you started this journey, you were really kind of pushing yourself really hard some days.
Oh, I see.
And this is why I told you like don't be doing that.
Yeah.
Because you can pass out. And not only that, what if you're driving home, you know,
Yeah.
and you're alone when you drive home from the gym?
That'd be some scary stuff.
Anyway, so I have a story now
Yeah.
that was very scary for me.
That
This
you've been
happened-
waiting to tell for like 3 weeks now.
It's been 2 weeks. Okay, I was going to tell it on last podcast, but when having a guest, it's not about us, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to make it about me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to make it about me right at this moment.
As you should.
But I had a very spooky incident 2 Fridays ago.
Yeah.
And first of all, we have obviously EDC coming up. And I got back into donating so I could have some extra money
Yeah.
for it. And
Speaking of, were you going to donate today?
I was,
Yeah.
but I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. when I get off.
Okay.
Just like right after I get off, so I can. Anyways.
All right. Yeah.
Wow, the amount of times I probably just said God, let me get to it. Anyways, I'm going to BioLife to donate plasma to earn money for EDC.
Yeah.
And when you go, you have got you have to eat. Okay. You have to eat food.
Gotta eat.
So here I am telling you,
something.
be careful going to the gym, eating right, and pushing yourself. And here I am doing something I very much should not be doing.
That you should know that.
And I should know
by
this.
now.
But this particular day, and I do try and eat. It's not like I'm like, ooh, I'm going to donate today. Let me just not eat today. Like, that's just not what goes through my head.
Yeah.
But I go to work at 8 a.m. And then normally if I'm going to, like when I donate, I just go straight after work.
Mm-hmm.
So and I don't give myself time to get food or anything. Because 4 o'clock is not dinner time. So really the meal you should be eating is your lunch, and it should be a good, not healthy, but just like a good lunch, big lunch. Well, and normally I take an overnight oats. This day I forgot. So I literally had nothing to eat this day.
Yeah.
And I've done this before. There's times where I haven't eaten, and then I go donate, and I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever do that. That's stupid. It's just not. It's just.
They literally
so
tell
dumb.
you,
Okay.
make sure you eat or have protein in your system before you go donate.
Yeah, but that's the thing that's crazy is they test you. Like you get your finger pricked and they test like your protein levels and other levels, and I was good. My hydration was up there.
I mean, maybe
my
like
protein.
the protein like transferred over from the day before or something.
But the last time I'd eaten the day before was like 7 p.m. So it's literally been almost 24 hours since I've eaten food.
Dang.
Okay. And so anyways, I didn't eat and went to BioLife, and I'm thinking I've done this before, so I wasn't nervous, and I haven't done it before on purpose. It's been very much by accident. But anyways, I go, I donate, everything's perfectly fine. Okay. I drive home, everything's fine on my drive home. And as soon as I get home, I get in the shower. Like literally walked in the door and was taking my clothes off as soon as I got in our room to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
And I get in the shower, and I could tell my breathing was a little off as soon as I stepped in the shower. I literally have PTSD getting in the shower now because of this freaking story. But I get in the shower, and I noticed my breathing just off, just kind of weird. And I was like, I'm fine. Like it's fine. And I was planning on eating right after my shower. This is why I got straight in the shower, because I, first of all, was hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, it's almost like 7. So.
Yeah.
It was dinner time anyway. So I plan on getting food after. But my breathing's heavy. I'm going through my routine, and maybe 5 minutes into the shower, my breathing's starting to feel really weird. And mind you, I am home alone. There's nobody home. Andre's at work? You were at work.
Yeah.
No, you were at the
I was
gym.
at gym. Yeah.
You were at the gym. Like, our roommate wasn't even here.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me.
Yeah.
So when my breathing got a little worse.
I think Finn was here. I want to say Finn actually was here. He was just.
Oh, yeah, he did tell me the next day, because I asked him. I was like,
yeah.
Thank God. You, like, nothing happened, so you were, like, didn't hear anything. But, yeah, so once my breathing got even weirder, I kind of panicked and immediately wanted to get out of the shower and call you.
Yeah.
But I'm in the middle of my shower. Like, you can just get out, okay?
Add conditioner in your hair.
So, yeah, this is the point where I'm at conditioner. Because once my breathing got even more weird, I started to really go as quick as I could with my shower. Because I knew I just need to get out and sit down. Something was off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got my conditioner in my hair, and then all of a sudden, lights start looking weird. And I was like, this is where I start panicking at this point. I'm like, oh no, like what is happening? Oh no. I was scared. And then it just went downhill from there. Like I have conditioner in my hair the whole time, okay? That the breathing gets really, really like, it goes from like a regular breathing to a, and I was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Lights are looking weird. I'm starting to lose my hearing. My vision is starting to go black.
Oh no.
And my vision goes so black, and all that I have left in my sight is a literal pinhole of like what I can see.
Mm-hmm.
And something right then told me to sit down. Well, all of a sudden my whole body was getting weak.
Yeah.
So something told me to sit down. So I pretty much fell to the ground because I was so weak.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as my butt hit the floor though, I fully came to.
Yeah.
And I was fine, but clearly I wasn't fine because I had almost just passed out. But once I came to, my heart was racing. My hearing was still gone. It was slowly, like everything was muffled because I listened to something while I'm in the shower, like a podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
I couldn't even make out the words that they were saying. It was so muffled.
Jeez.
And then I told myself, just get out of the shower. And I was like, I can't. I need to get this conditioner on my hair. So I tried to stand up the first time. Couldn't get up. I was like, my legs are still super, super weak. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? Like, I'm by myself and I'm naked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Finally, the second try of getting up, I'm able to get up, quickly wash my hair out. And I mean, fast. Didn't even wash my body. Got out of the shower. And
Said, I'll do that later when I feel better.
yeah, got out of the shower, dripping, soaking wet, mind you. Didn't put my hair in a towel, nothing. Didn't even wring my hair out.
Really?
And then I stepped out. I was scared. Okay, stepped out of the shower, completely soaking wet. Didn't even dry off. Wrapped a towel around me, sat on the bed, and called you in almost tears because I was so scared.
And I was chilling on the treadmill.
And he was literally, he goes,
What?
I said, I almost just passed out in the shower. And you go, well, that's why you got to eat before you donate. I was like, oh.
You said,
it didn't even click until you said that. I was like,
yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
But
mind you, I've never in my life passed out. So it was traumatizing for me. Like I was telling you, I don't know how people just pass out on the regular.
Like my sister.
My sister too.
She's like,
Ryan will
I
literally
don't even realize I pass out until I wake up.
Yeah, Ryan will literally be looking at you, talking, having a full conversation. This is back in the day. She doesn't pass out like this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But she'd be just looking at you, talking, collapse right in front of you.
Crazy.
Just to the floor. Like,
well,
I guess the one thing with Mariah is I'm pretty sure when she locks her knees, she passes out. So when she's standing, she can't lock her knees. But yeah. But I bring up the whole like getting home and getting straight in the shower because quite literally 5 minutes prior I was driving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Driving.
And who knows when that could have happened or, yeah, you know.
And maybe it wouldn't have happened while I was sitting. But, man, God saved my life that day because that could have happened in the car. Who knows if I had to be sitting or standing for whatever I went through.
Yeah.
And, boy, was it scary.
Sure enough.
And I haven't donated since. But I'm going to go tomorrow. On a full tummy.
Yeah. You better.
Yeah.
You better.
I will. But, yeah, I'm fine. It was just really scary for me.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I am It's actually so uncomfortable right now. I don't know what it is. Okay, so I've been having this issue for the longest time, like 3 years now, I swear. And I guess we just recently found out like what it was just by kind of like searching up the symptoms. And I'm pretty sure this is what I have, but what is it called?
Sciatica.
Sciatica. Yeah. And it's where like one of my spinal discs or something like that, it like bulges out and then like pinches one of my sciatic nerves and it sends like pain down my legs. And right now I am sitting and I cannot sit comfortably. It's pissing me off.
Why is it that just now recently it's doing that?
I don't know.
It's like on and off for you? Like you'll be really bad for a couple months and then be good for a while and then back to bad?
Maybe. I don't know. I was doing like my legs I was doing better, okay? I was doing a little bit better. I was stretching every day, okay? I still am stretching every day. But then like I looked up these symptoms and I found out what it was, and then it said like, oh, if you stretch your hamstring or whatever, if you do these certain stretches, it could possibly make it work worse, or it's just making it worse. And so like I kind of stopped doing those stretches, and now it's hurting more. So maybe I should do the stretches again. I don't know. But it's annoying because like this is causing it so that like I'm not able to like I can't. If I wanted to do a heavy set of RDLs, the Romanian deadlifts, or the barbell squats, like the heavy barbell squats, I can't do that without putting my back in pain, which really sucks because that's something that I want to do. I want to try and find out what my max is on a squat or what my max is on a deadlift. So it really sucks.
I'm sorry.
And apparently it's something that you can't get rid of. And yeah.
Nope.
But it's real stupid. Anywho, you got another story for us?
I'm sorry. I guess a little bit of, it's not a rant, but like, okay. Let me get into this, okay? I really struggle doing anything alone because of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do, I'm always in anxious mode. Like, anything could happen at any moment, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to talk to me while I'm in a store. I don't want to be stopped by nobody. I just want to walk in, get what I need, and walk out, okay?
Yeah.
Unless we get famous one day and we have a lot of people that love us, I would love for everyone to come say hi to me. But as of right now, random strangers is just not my jam, okay?
Yeah.
I just can't have conversation. I just literally panic and say something that doesn't make sense. It's stupid. But when you go to Walmart, you know how they have, and I don't mean the Girl Scout cookies because I would stop for them in a second because their cookies are good. I know we seen them the other day, and I said no, but I'm not a big fan.
I was about to say, like, there was
I'm not a fan, but
Girl
like, there's
Scouts selling cookies.
it's all chocolate, and you know me and chocolate. Like, it's got to be certain chocolates.
Yeah.
So ever since COVID, that's why I'm like, meh. But like, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people that are trying to sell things to you in front of Walmarts.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I got a story about this too.
Oh, if I see it when I drive, like in the parking lot, and I see them stopping every single person walking in and out of Walmart, I immediately get on the phone and have a fake conversation with nobody so that they will not talk to me.
Oh my gosh, babe.
I just had to, because sometimes I'll actually call somebody, and before I get out of the car, I tell them, like, just stay on the phone with me while I pass these people. I really don't want to be stopped. It's not to be rude. I will fold. by accident.
You're gonna fold with little to no pressure.
Yeah. By accident.
They're gonna say, "Hey, I got this something." You're like, "Yep, here's money. I'll buy it."
Yeah. Scary. So that's why I always act like I'm on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Because how else do you? You know what? And they still tried to stop me.
Bruh.
Yeah, they said,
like,
"How's your day, ma'am?" I said, "Good." Walk the other way. They were still trying to stop me, and I was like, "No."
Yeah. No, there was this time I was walking into Walmart, or maybe walking out of Walmart. One of the two. I think it was walking in. This guy came up to me. He was like, I can't remember what he said. He said something about fragrances or cologne or whatever, and he was like, "You like cologne?" And I folded. I was like, "Yeah, I like cologne." He said, "Oh, why don't you come over here real quick with me? I'm gonna show you something, whatever." I was like, "Well, I can't be rude now."
Yeah.
And so
It's not that I want to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. I just
Mhm.
personally have anxiety. And
Yeah.
I am so good if we do not have the conversation.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
So then I walk over to him, and he walks over to his car, and he's like, "Sorry, my car is kind of far away." I'm like, "That's all right."
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, there was a point where I'm like, I should just turn around and leave, probably. But I mean, turns out he was chill. Like, yeah, he opened up his trunk. He had like boxes and boxes of colognes, and he was like, "Oh, we have this cologne."
Did you fold?
Like, "We have this cologne." No, I was not spending $50 on a cologne that I semi liked. You know. He said, and these colognes, they have pheromones in them. You know what pheromones means? I was like, yeah. He was like, "What do they mean?" I was like, "Really?" I was like, "You're gonna make me answer this."
Do you really know?
I said, "They attract the ladies." He said, "Exactly." I was like, "Oh gosh."
Meanwhile, your whole
I was like,
ring
I
was
want to
probably
leave
unless that was
now.
way back in the day.
I want to leave. Huh?
I said, and you literally have a whole wedding ring on, unless it was before that.
No, it was like 3, 4, 5 months ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
You gatekeep stories so
I
bad.
swear I've told you.
No,
I think I
haven't.
even sent you a picture of the little sheet that he gave me. The little paper he gave me.
Wrong
No,
wife.
I'm pretty sure.
Wrong wife.
Nope.
Wrong
I'm
wife.
quite confident I
Nope.
sent you. Yes.
On what?
Snapchat.
No. I don't remember that at all.
Anyways.
I think you have another girlfriend that you're sending it to. Mister.
Nope. So he was trying to sell me on this stuff. He also had another one that's like, "Oh, we have this like this body spray that like masks the scent of flour." I was like, "Okay, I really don't care." And at this point, he was like, "So I could give you a deal. Like usually it's like a $90 for each, but I'll give you the entire 3-pack for $150 or $100 or something like that." I was like, "Not today." "Well, but I guess I'll take your card or whatever." And he was like, yeah, go ahead. Just to let you know, we have an online store, yada, 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 yada. I was like, all right. And so I walk inside and I meet Jake Khan in there. And I was like, bro, I just got stopped by a guy. And he was like, yeah, I did too. And he like, he did not like the fragrances at all. He was like straight up with the guy. He was like, he told the guy straight to his face. He's like, yeah, all of these suck.
Oh, that's mean. That's
I was
mean.
like, bruh, no way.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a little side hustle. I mean, obviously you're gonna talk up something that you're selling, but
even if they do suck.
Yeah. No, but things like that can be scary. I had a little incident at Maverick, not incident, but like little thing that happened at Maverick the other day. I go there every day, obviously. And I felt bad. Okay. But I get out of my car. First of all, I usually go looking like I just got out of a trash can. Okay. My hair is crazy looking. I'm in an oversized sweater and I've got some just bedtime shorts on. I am not going to impress not a person in Maverick. I just want my Dr. Pepper in my comfy clothes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I look crazy. So when anybody like tries to talk to me or anything, I'm like, please don't talk to me. I look like I just got out of a trash can. Like, don't talk to me. And I get out of the car, walking in. This lady stops me. We just talked about it. I have really bad anxiety when this stuff happens. I did not fold this time because it actually kind of scared me, okay?
Yeah.
I'll tell you my reasons for being scared. She goes, hey, like, she was like, ma'am, is there any way you could help me buy antifreeze for my car? And I was like, immediately I go, unfortunately, I only brought $2. Literal cash $2 for Dr. Pepper. I'm so sorry I don't have any other money on me, which I did.
Gosh.
I did, but the reason I was scared is because it may have been legit. She may have like actually needed that. And number one, I don't have the money for that at the moment.
Yeah.
When I have money, I would love to help others, but it's not the time right now. And she was kind of like, oh, like, okay, but what scares me is like, who knows where that could have led, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe it was innocent. Maybe she really did need that. But how do you know there's not two men sending this girl out to ask girls for help so they can kidnap you too?
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I walk in. She stops the girl behind me. And this girl's like, she looks like she was in a rush. Because she was trying to like not listen to the lady, but the lady like kept trying to talk to her, and finally the lady was like, all right, like what do you need help with? It took me a minute while I'm in there because they don't have the cream soda Dr. Peppers. You got to make a whole fancy one now. I'm going to put the syrups in my drink. So it takes me a few seconds longer to make my Dr. Pepper or whatever. And then, thank God, in Maverick, where the antifreeze is, it's like you can't see the registers.
Yeah.
And I forgot that I had told her I only have $2 in cash and went to a self-checkout and used card. But she didn't see me. And I'm walking out, and she's got this
behind
girl.
You liar! You lied to me.
She didn't say anything to me, but the girl that she stopped and like actually stopped and like tried to help her, like she was just yapping to her. Just this poor girl was in a rush, looked like she's in a rush, and now she's over here trying to look for antifreeze and like totally stuck in this conversation. And I thought about it, and I'm like, maybe it was innocent, but like now that could have been me stuck in that conversation, and I would have had so much anxiety.
Yeah.
So much. So I just, I hope she was really doing it for that and nothing else.
You're like, phew.
Yeah. I just hope it was innocent and there was nothing behind it. She really did need the help. And I'm hoping someone helped her because I couldn't have, even if I wanted to. I just don't have the money for that kind of stuff at the moment. Unless it's for me and I really need it. But yeah, it's just, you never know what goes on in the world nowadays. It can be scary.
Yeah.
Just got to really be cautious with everything. That's why, I've even had someone come up to me and been like, do you have money for gas as they're at the gas pump? And that seems sketchy to me. How do you just get all the way here to get gas?
It's something that...
Unless you lost your card. There was one time I was getting gas, and this guy really, had lost his card, and he was kind of, freaking out. I could see him in the distance. He was, searching everywhere. Okay, so I guess this can be a reason why you would come to the gas station and ask others if they have a little bit of money to put gas in your car.
Yeah.
Because you like obviously forget something. And this man stopped every man that he could and passed every woman. Out of respect, I assume.
Yeah. That's good.
I just don't think he wanted to scare any girls. But yeah, he was skipping the gas pumps that had girls at it and just going to other men. And, hey man, do you have $5? I'm on an empty tank. Can't find my card. And I just need to get back to my house and back here.
Yeah.
It was that was very innocent. But yeah, he was like being super respectful and like, but it sucks that men also have to do that. It sucks that.
What do you mean?
Like it sucks that men have to like do that because like other men in this world have made women scared of men.
Yeah.
And so like consciously you guys have to sit there and think like, I don't want this female to feel scared of me
when I approach her out of nowhere.
Yeah. It was scary and it's sad that you guys have to live like that. Because I'm scared of men. All men. Except you. And like family members, but yeah, some men can can be scary.
Yeah.
And it sucks that other men in this world have made females feel like that. And now we're all cautious about all men. Now, you know?
Yeah, my parents have been very trusting people for the longest time. There's been a few occasions where they've quite literally picked up people off the side of the street and like let them stay at their house. Which is pretty crazy.
It's crazy, but back then it was different.
I mean, it wasn't like that long ago, you know.
Oh, I guess well, no, it was before we met.
I know, but
told me about this story,
that's still not like that.
I guess that's really not that long ago. But your parents came from a different time where that stuff was normal, and it was good to help people like that. I feel
not really.
No,
it's still for the longest
scary.
time. Like it's still like not very normal. They just have like such big open hearts where you know. But I mean, there was an occasion where we think one of them stole some painkillers.
Medication. I do remember your mom
painkiller
telling
medication
that story
from one of the cabinets and whatnot. But that's probably the worst thing that's happened.
See, that's scary just because like when say like your mom and dad are at work or like not home and it's like just Beza at that age. Or,
they would not leave them alone.
Okay, because I was gonna say that would be scary. Like situations where like the girls are just home and they got a random homeless stranger
I got
the basement.
freaking eat soon. My tummy is starving. Twisting and turning and it's growling.
Yeah,
I really should have gotten just a protein shake or something. But yeah, we're gonna eat.
I also only ate
here in a second.
Little sandwich yesterday. That's all I had to eat yesterday. I'm starving.
Yeah. I am hungry. But there's also something I really enjoyed and something that I think I want to incorporate into our lives and like kind of show our kids in the future. So you know how my parents, like when we went on trips, they'd each give us like 20, 40, no, I think it was even $100. $50 that in cash that we were able to like give out. You know,
so we're on vacation.
So if we see someone in need, see someone on the side of the road,
like
and we feel like they deserve, or like we feel drawn to, give them some cash. Like we have that. So she would give each of the children that much money, and for say when we went to California or Vegas. I think those are the main times because there's more homeless people, more people in need over in those areas. Mm-hmm. I think a little bit up in Salt Lake, but it's not as common. As down here.
Not down here. That's not what I meant. In Vegas and California. Yeah,
it's more everywhere in Vegas, more everywhere in California. It's almost like really in one spot.
In Salt Lake.
In Salt Lake, whatnot. But yeah, I think that's a really cool thing that I guess you can teach your kids is the gift of giving.
Yeah.
Or the what would it be called?
Which just I very much agree with too. I like that. Even though my anxiety gets the best of me and I don't think I gave mine out. But
yeah, just like learning not to be scared of
I
giving
really
away and
pray
blessing people in that way.
Pray our kids do not get the anxiety I have. I'm so serious.
Hope not either.
I'm so serious because it can be bad at times. Like, bad.
Yeah.
Being alone. See, that's the thing. I love being like alone. Like, I would much rather be with you. But like when you're at work and I'm at home, I love being alone. But at home.
Oh, yeah.
Being alone, going to the store or anywhere I have to walk into by myself. Scary. I just hate that it's turned into like you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays. It's like one person looks at me wrong at Walmart. I am getting my stuff even quicker and getting my butt back in my car and going home. Like, that's what's scary. Or like someone following you. Sometimes, like when you're in the car and someone's following you.
Paranoid if someone's following
and then,
you.
Yeah, and then you get closer to home and you're like,
why do
I go
me?
home? Or do I go around the block to see if they're really following me?
Yeah.
You know? Or have you ever been the follower by accident?
Yeah.
I literally one day left the house and someone in this neighborhood like was in front of me. So I backed out behind them. We turned to the light. At the light, we both turned. And I followed this person all the way to Maverick. And I was like, I can't unfollow you. I want my Dr. Pepper. I'm not following you.
I swear. I swear.
But I did. From neighborhood to Maverick. Followed this person. But like when it comes down to it, I like when we get on like the freeway, like I'll change lanes to show them like, I swear to God, I am not following you.
See, I honestly probably wouldn't put that much thought into it. I'd honestly probably forget that like I've been following that person, you know?
Well, I forget until I realize, wow, I have gone quite a few miles behind this car. And on the freeway, it makes sense. But like when you get off an exit and they're like, and you're still following them, then I feel bad. I'm like, oh no.
But then like low key, you have those times when you're on a big long road trip and you have like a travel buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a car bestie.
You see them every now and again, and then like.
But that's not scary because you're going on a very long drive.
Yeah, and then like you get off a gas station, and then like.
Or they do, and you watch him get off the exit, and you're like, oh no.
And then like the very rare chance that like. You get back on the freeway, and then eventually, after like an hour, 30 minutes, you see him again. You're like, oh,
yeah, you're like, bestie.
You're there. Just the little things in life.
Yeah.
The little things in life.
But yeah, that's my yapping for today. I was excited for this.
It's good.
I held 2 weeks worth of stories because last week I didn't want to be telling all the stories about me when we had a guest. So
yeah, well. I am hungry. You're hungry. We can go get some food. So that's all the time we have for today's episode, folks. And anything else to add?
Nope. Just have a great week.
All right. You guys have an amazing week. We will see you next week. Have a good day as well. And bye.
Bye.